removing an element from a particular position. So that is which you had seen. Now next we will see something called as stack. So what is stack? It is an ordered list in which insertion and deletion are made at one end called as top. So stack is nothing but it is ordered list or ordered collection of some items which are inserted and deleted, or in which items are inserted or deleted at one end called as top. So you can visualize stack as some box, something like this, where you can keep item only from this end, and this end is called as top. Okay, so you can visualize it like this. So this is top. This is only one end from which you can either insert items or remove items. Now you can consider those items as maybe a stack of, say, coins. So whatever coin I had inserted last, only that I can remove first. Now whatever I had inserted here at this bottom position, can I remove it out now? No, it is not possible. Unless until I remove all these coins which are placed above, only then I can remove the coins which are placed at the bottom. And similarly the other examples. So there are some trays in the cafeteria here. So whatever is the tray which is kept here last, only that can be removed first. Okay, now something which was placed at the bottom, that you cannot remove. Okay, so this is the this can be your imagination with respect to stack. Another thing is there are some shoe boxes kept here. So whatever box kept on the top, you can remove it first, then something below, then this, and then the last. Okay, even let it be your clothes. So whatever you have kept on the first, that meaning whatever you have kept latest, that you can remove out first. So this can be your visualization with respect to stack. Now let us read at this again. It is ordered list in which insertion and deletion are made at only one end called as top. So there is only one end which is top. Okay, so elements are added and removed from the top of the stack. So this is stack. Elements are added from this end, removed from the same end. This stack is also called as LIFO. LIFO stands for last in, first out. So last tray which was kept here, that will be out first, right? So it is called as LIFO. So just remember this. Stack is also called as LIFO. Okay, LIFO meaning last in, first out. So whatever was the box which was placed last, that will be out first. So it is called as LIFO. Is that clear? So this is your stack. Now there are particular names for insertion and deletion. There are some particular names which are given for insertion and deletion. For insertion, here with respect to stack, we say the operation as push, and for deletion we call the operation as pop. Okay, so let us look at the stack now. So first is we have to create an array, then pushing an item onto the stack is, inserting an item on the stack is called as push operation, whereas removing something out of the stack is called as pop operation. Okay, you have to just get familiar with this terminologies, push and pop. Pushing is you have to push some item on the stack. Now you have a stack, I say you push 3 on this stack. So what will happen is 3 comes and sits in the stack. I say push 4, so 4 comes on the stack. Now I say pop 4, meaning this 4 is to be removed from the stack. Okay, so push is the name which is used here for insertion, and pop is the name which is used for deletion. If you closely observe push, if you consider this as a function in C, it takes one parameter which is this new item. So while pushing something, you need an item, right? Now I say push, you will ask me what has to be pushed. So I should give some value. I say 1 is to be pushed. Okay, that means push needs one parameter. Whereas pop, if I just say pop, can you remove something? Yes, whatever is on the top of the stack, you are going to remove. So do we need any parameter? No, we'll not need any parameter, but this pop can return something. Okay, whatever is on the top of the stack, that this particular pop returns. Okay. Then there are two more operations on stack, which is empty and is full, which is going to return Boolean type. Boolean meaning what? True or false. So let us see what are these operations. Is empty meaning what? To check if the stack is empty. If there is nothing on the stack, this should return true. Okay. Is empty is what? I check if the stack is empty. Is full meaning what? I just check if it is full. Okay. So these are two more operations with respect to stack. Is empty and is full. Now, can someone tell me when I have to check if, meaning if I have to push an item, I should check whether the stack is full or I should check whether the stack is empty?
Sir, stack is full.
So to put something, he is saying I should check whether, meaning I should check if the stack is full, right? So if I have to place an element, I should see if there is some space. I should see if it is full. I cannot place anything. Okay. So say if the stack size is 3, say if this is your stack, this is your top end. Now I want to push something. So there should be a precondition, right? There should be a precondition. So I think I have a special slide for it. We'll just check. So this is your push operation. So push meaning what? What is the functionality of this push operation? It is going to add new item to the top of the stack. Okay. Push functionality is what? It is going to add new item to the top of the stack. And what is the precondition here? I should check if it is not full. Okay. Only if it is not full, then I can insert something. Okay. So whoever answered is right. So I should check if it is not full. Only if it is not full, I can push some element. Okay. So this is another diagram which I had downloaded, which is telling that stack has only one end called as top. And then we have push operation, which is inserting something into the stack, and pop operation, which is removing something out of the stack. Okay. Next operation is pop operation. So pop functionality, what it will do is it will do removal of top element from the stack. Okay. And after removing, what it has to do is it has to return, if this is function, it should return the element to the say main function. Okay. So pop is going to remove element from the top of the stack and return it. Now, before popping, what I should check before this pop operation or before this remove operation, I should check if it is empty. Okay. If it is not empty, only then I can remove, right? So that is the precondition here, or the condition which we have to check before popping is this. I should check if it is not empty. Okay. So if the stack is empty, something like this, can I pop something? No. So that's the reason I have to check if it is not empty, and only then I can remove some element out. Okay. So these things are, it is sounding very simple as of now, but once you imagine this with respect to instructions or with respect to programs, it will sound little tedious, but it is not difficult. Okay. So is that clear? Push and pop operation.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So there's one exercise for you. Describe the output of the following series of stack operations. So I will draw a stack. This is the top. Okay. So first I say push 8. So what should happen? 8 should go into the stack. Okay. Then I say push 3. What will happen is 3 comes on the stack. Then I say then I say pop. So what I should do is whatever is there,
Remove 3.
removal of 3. So 3 comes out. Okay. Then I say push 2. 2 comes on the stack. Okay. Now there are, they may ask you this in your exams. So you will have to draw separate diagrams for every operation. So say one push, you draw a separate diagram here. For another push, you draw another stack diagram. You put 8 there and then put 3. And then pop, you say that only 8 is on the stack and 3 is removed. So all that you have to do draw step by step. You have to draw this diagrams of rough diagrams of stack. Okay, so we had reached this point. So push 2 has onto the stack. I push 5, so 5 comes on the stack. Now I say pop. What will happen is 5 is popped off. I say another pop, 2 is popped off. So what is the status of the stack now? I just have 8. Okay, I just have 8 into my stack after this operation. Now I say push 9 and push 1. So what it will do is it will push 9 on the stack and 1 on the stack. Is this clear? Just 1 second. I think madam has called. Hello. Yes. I will. I was on the PPT mode. I will just come back. So hope you all have understood push and pop operation.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So something like this can be, there are chances that something like this can be asked in our exams. Now next, how this is done, how this is theoretically, now everybody has understood stack. Now, how do you do it? How do you write program for this? That is very important. Okay. Now you can implement this using, say, stack. Now there is another example here which we can see. Same thing, push and pop operations only, but there is some array diagram, some memory locations with respect to array are shown here. So to keep elements in an array, you know that like one of the implementation is you can declare an array. Okay, for performing this, implementing the stack, you can have one array, something like this. And you know that array will have 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on till whatever size. And then there should be which should point at the top of the stack. Okay. We can give, now this is based on the programming. You can say top as 0 or you can say top as -1. Usually we say top, we initialize top with -1. So top -1 meaning what? The stack is empty. Okay, so if the stack is empty, I can perform push operations, or I can say the stack is initialized and then I start. So the first operation here which is seen is push 2. So with respect to the stack, I am pushing what 2. First, what I should do is I should increment top. The top should point over here, and then I place 2 onto the stack. Okay, so you can see that the top is incremented and now 2 is there on the stack. Okay, next I push 3. So what happens is the top further increments. Top was -1, it became 0. Now top was 0, it becomes 1. Okay, top, the value of top becomes 1, and I place 3 into it. Okay, you can visualize this upside down because it is array, and I just got this particular figure. So I have taken it like something an array only, memory representation in the array. But to visualize stack, you can visualize it like this, upside down, wherein your top was initially -1. Now I have moved to 0th index, first index, second index, and so on. Okay, so this push 3 will put 3 onto the stack. I'm pushing another item. So what should happen is top should be incremented. It should point to this location, and I put 5 on the top. Okay, so I think it is clear till point. I have pushed 3 elements onto the stack, 2, 3, and 5. Yes. Your visualization can be something like this. It is 2, 3, and 5. Next, I say pop. Okay, you can just ignore this parameter over here. So I just say pop. So what should happen is it should return this 5. Okay, so 5, how do I access 5? wherever top is pointing, that is the element which I have to return. Okay, whatever is there on the top, I have to return. So I just return this and then I decrement top so that top is pointing to 3 now. So 5 is deleted and or 5 is popped, I should say. But then have we deleted it from the memory? We actually don't delete it from the memory. Now this 5 is ignored because top is pointing at this particular location. Top is pointing at 3 now. 3 is on the top and this 5 is returned. Okay. Next, I say pop another element. So what will happen is whatever is there on the top, what is on the top now, it is 3. So this 3 is returned. And next, I go to the meaning I just return 3 and I decrement the value of top. So I come to this particular location. Then if I have to push any other item, so say push 10, so I will increment top from this point to this point. So it comes over here, push 10 over here. Okay. So is this clear? This is more towards your programming. The previous diagram was just to understand the concept theoretically of stack. Now this is we are moving towards your program. Is this clear? It is the same, whatever we had seen here, right? Here I had just drawn a stack and I had told you that I have to push 8 and then 3 and so on. Now, because we have to program, I'm just introducing the memory diagram of array and then I wanted you to visualize it something like this. Is that clear? Any doubts?
So can you explain the pop? So can you explain pop again?
Okay. Push is clear. I will just see if I can discard these things. So push is clear. Okay.
Yes.
Push operation is clear. I push something on the stack. While pushing, I have to increment the top. Another 5 is to be pushed. So I increment top. Top comes over here. It points to, and I push element 5. Now next, he is asking is this pop operation. So pop, what it will do is, I said ignore this parameter x there. We will not need it. While popping, I don't need any parameter. So while popping, what I have to do is I will return whatever is there on the top. Now this is my current stack. So what is on the top? It is 5. And how do I know that that is top? Or this 5 only is at the top? Because top is pointing to index 2. Okay. Now I return whatever top is pointing. Top is pointing to index 2 and what is the value? 5. So I just return 5. Next, after returning 5, I should decrement the top. Okay. Because this 5 is returned. Now my current top, after returning 5, the current top is what? 3. Okay. 5 is removed. Now what remains on the stack is 3 and 2. So I decrement this top and this top points over here. And in the stack, I will have only these two things. Okay. Next, I pop another time. Now on my stack, I have 3. I just come down over here. I just return 3 and then top is decremented. It was 1, it becomes 0. Now on the stack, I have only 2. Okay. Hope that is clear.
Yes.
Anything else? Anybody has any other doubt? Now, if you think, why do we need this stack? Then maybe it can be used for to check parentheses. Now, while doing C programming, usually you had problems or errors with respect to this bracket. Bigger program with respect to this angle brackets or flower brackets, you had some problem, right? How many you have opened, how many you have closed. So there was a clear mismatch there. So stack can be used maybe to count number of opening and number of closing brackets, meaning to check if your in your program or in your expression, you have some expression and you want to check if that expression has correct number of opening brackets, correct number of closing brackets, then maybe this can be one application of stack. Okay, there are many applications which I will study further. One of the example or one of the application of data structure can be this parenthesis application of stack. I am saying can be this parenthesis matching. Now, how if you say now these are the set of parentheses which are given. Now, if there is a opening bracket to push it onto the stack, if it is closing bracket, you will have to pop off the bracket from the stack. Okay. Now let us see this with respect to this example. Now there is opening bracket here. I have just pushed it on the stack. There is a I take the next character. There is a closing bracket. I just pop off this. Okay. There is one opening bracket. I just put it onto the stack. There is another opening bracket. I just put it onto the stack. I have reached this particular point now. There is a closing bracket. Once closing is encountered, what I should do is I should perform pop operation. Another closing is encountered. I should perform pop operation. Okay. Another opening bracket is encountered now, flower bracket. So I will just push it onto the stack. Then I have another opening round bracket. I just put it onto the stack. There is opening square bracket. I just put it onto the stack. Another round bracket opening. I just put it onto the stack. Now there is round bracket closing. I just pop off this. Square bracket closing. There is a match here. I just pop off. Round bracket, there is a match. Flower bracket, there is a match. I just remove it. At the end, you have parsed all these things, meaning you have these symbols in this, and you have nothing onto the stack, meaning your stack is empty. So if that is the case, the expression is correct. Okay, this parenthesis matching is correct. Now you can just look at this example. Maybe now you have a stack, opening bracket. I just push it over here. There is a flower bracket opening. I just push it over here. There is a square bracket. I just push it onto the top of the stack. Closing square bracket is encountered. I just pop it off. Closing round bracket is encountered, whereas on the top what I have flower bracket. So when I compare these two, there is a mismatch, and I can get this sequence of brackets are incorrect. If they are in an expression, the sequence of these brackets are incorrect. Okay. So this is one way I can check for the correctness of brackets. So this is one application. Anyways, you are not going to write a program for this. We have some other applications, but we should know the applications of the data structures which you are studying, because the name of the subject is what? Data structures and applications. So you are going to study a data structure and some applications of it. Another or few more applications would be page visited history. Stack can be used for keeping track of whatever pages you have browsed using your web browser. Okay. Now I think now you are able to visualize or imagine the applications of Stack, right? Has anybody seen the history of your browser? So whatever you have, whatever pages you have visited recently, those will be seen there on the top. There will be a list, drop down list shown there. Whatever pages you have visited will be shown on the top. Then maybe the older pages will be at the bottom. Another example or another application of Stack would be the undo sequence of a text editor. So I'm sure everybody has used a text editor, like say your MS Word. So you type some characters. So I just type this and I type this. I just say one calls another. Okay, and this I just type these 5 words. So this R is one character which I have typed at the end, right? So if I say Control Z or if I say undo, this R will be deleted first. Okay, then E and so on. If you have say typed all this and you have made this as bold, okay, and then you might have underlined this particular word. Now if you press undo, or if you say Control Z, what will happen is this will become, underline will go first, and then this bold will become normal, and then maybe I will start deleting the things from here. So what I'm trying to tell you is the whatever sequences you go on doing in your text editor, those will be saved onto the stack. If you are still not able to visualize, or if you have not noticed or imagined stack over here, then instead of this text editor, you can imagine your image. So anybody's birthday, you try to take some image and say you try to add some smileys or something there. Say you add a cake somewhere on your photo, to add a, say, goggle or something, and then you do some mistake. So there is that undo button there, right? There is some button, something like this, which is undo, which deletes the latest operation. So if you press undo, if you had inserted this at the last, the goggle is removed. Then if you say undo for another time, the cake is removed, and so on. So this is another application of stack which you'll have used. And very important thing, which technical this thing, meaning you might have written programs using functions. So with respect to functions also, the stack is very much used. So your local variables which are created on the stack. Okay, so there is a stack maintained in your like your compiler maintains a stack. So whenever you call a function, what happens is the return value is saved onto the stack, and then whatever are the local variables, those will be created onto the stack. If this function calls another function, then another set of local variables are created on that stack, and then the moment you return, the entry is popped off. So I told you that whenever the function returns, the local variables are destroyed. That means that pop operation is performed. So when I go back to this, after this, when I go back to the main program, even these local variables are destroyed. So that is another application of stack. So is that clear? Any doubts with respect to stacks?
No, sir.
Okay. Now next question is, how do you implement this? So implementation part, actually we wanted you to try, but because this is your first program, you can just see how do you, I will not show the entire program. I will just show it in a brief way. You can maybe looking at this, after understanding, you can try it on your own. So you will have to give some max size. Okay. So if you want to say that your stack should have only 5 elements for testing purpose, so we want to check that full operations also, right? So you give some big, instead of giving some big number, you can give a small number here as max size of your stack. Then with respect to that max, you can declare array. So I will declare array S, and max size you can give as 5 or 3 based on your requirement. And then you know that I need a pointer to point at the top of the stack. Pointer meaning it need not be actual pointer. Now this pointer with respect to this is what I need to keep track of index, whether the index is -1 or 0 or 1 or 2. So it is integer, right? It is acting as a pointer, but that is integer value. Index is an integer value. So we have declared this top as int top and not int star top. Okay. Then whenever I want to declare a variable of type stack, I use this capital letter, capital word called as stack. That's the reason I have used type def. Okay. Let me execute. Let me execute the program which madam has prepared. Okay, so that you understand it. Meaning you see how the operations are to be displayed, so that you can write program on your own. Okay, so the moment say first time when you try, maybe only one push and one pop you can try, as you had done it for the previous program. Previous program was what? To insert one element in an array and to delete that particular element from an array, and obviously we were giving some position of insertion and removal. Now it is not that you have to insert only once and remove it only once. You will have to do it multiple times. So how do you do things multiple times? By placing that code maybe in loop. Okay, and each operation you will have to remove it as a separate function. Okay, each operation, insert operation and remove operation, you will have to push that task into some function and then go on calling that using that loop. Okay, and in the loop, how do you give options? In that loop directly you cannot give options, right? You will have to use a switch statement. Now you have done all this in your first or second program while studying C programming, which was what? Performing a arithmetic calculator. So there we had options something like this: 1 for addition, 2 for subtraction, 3 for division, and 4 for multiplication. So how you had given those? You had placed that code in switch statement. If it is 1, you did only addition and the control came out. If it is 2, it did subtraction and the control came out. And you had to do this repeated number of times. So you had used while or some loop. Inside that, the switch statement. Similar thing is what we have done over here. So first I say I want to display. Okay, first I will say I want to display. Is there anything in the stack now? No. So if I say display, it should say the stack is empty. Okay, so that is what it is showing. Just closely observe this so that you come to know what you have to program. Okay, it is saying the stack is empty. Now can I pop something? No, it says the stack is empty. Okay, it says the stack is empty because there is nothing. Now you want to push something onto the stack. So I say operation number 1. I have given the max size in the program as 3. Okay, so I say option number 1 and I put 1000 onto the stack. So push operation is done. I say option number 1 for push again. It is going to ask me for enter the element to be pushed. I say 2000 is something which I want to push now. Now at any moment of time you want to display what is the current status of the stack. I press 3, it is going to display. So you see first we had entered 1000 and then we had entered 2000. So 2000 is on the top. Now I will display or I will push another item. So I say 1 and the item which I want to push is 5000. So I type 5000 and I say enter 3 for display. So it is saying 5000 has come on the top. Now you feel that no, I would have inserted 3000 there and not 5000. So if you feel that, then what is you have to pop the contents of the stack. So if pop is done now, and after popping, if I display what it should display, 2000 and 1000 because 5000 is popped off. Okay, now I will insert 3000. After inserting 3000, I will try to give option number 1 again and I will try to push another element which is say 4000. It is saying what? Stack is full. Okay, it is saying stack is full because I have told you that the max size which I have given is 3 and 3 elements are already onto the stack. Thus it is saying the stack is full. So this is how your implementation should be there. Okay, so did you understand how first thing which we discussed today was what is stack, what are the operations of stack? Theoretically we saw. Then I took you little closer to the program by taking the array diagram. Okay, then we saw the implementation, meaning not the the execution actually. So till here is everything clear?
Yes, sir.
Anybody has any
Yes,
doubt?
sir.
Yes, sir.
So program we want you to try. I will just show the implementation which madam has done already for you all, but we are not going to maybe give it to you. So this is the data structure which we have created, which is stack. And what it will have an array and the top, which is to keep track of what is there on the top, okay, or which is the latest element which is inserted. For that, we have this particular thing as top. Max, as I said, we have given 5. In the program, I had edited this to 3. Thus, because of that, it told me full after inserting 3 elements. Then we have a push operation. So the implementation can, change. It is not that this is the only implementation of stack. You can write maybe a number of different implementations. It is not that you will have to use a structure only. Even if you don't use structure, if you declare these global variables, it is still fine. Okay. Then there is a push operation. So we'll just look at this as algorithm kind of thing. We'll not look at this as a program. So I will just tell you what all we have to do when you will have to write this push function. So what you will have to do is, before pushing, as we have already discussed, I have to check if the stack is full. How do you check if the stack is full? If the top of the stack is equal to max size minus 1, then I should say it is full. Okay. If the top is equal, now this is again with respect to your programming. You either check it with max size or max size minus 1. Okay. It's up to how you program it. So I should check if stack of top is equal to max. If it is equal, then I should say that the stack is full. Otherwise, I can perform push operation. Now, what is this push operation? I have already told you. You will have to increment the value of top, and then that newly index, that is incremented index, you just put the new element. So new element here is in this variable num. So you can see this variable num is the parameter. So that I just put it into the stack. Okay. How do I put it? You have seen I just increment the top first, and I put num into top. Okay, this was your push function. This is the pop function. So while popping, what you have to see is you cannot remove something from an empty stack, right? So you have to check if the stack is empty. So how do you check that? If the top is initially, what is top? It is -1. So if the top is still at -1, you say that the is empty. Otherwise, you can perform the pop operation. You know what is pop operation? It is removal of element. So if it is not empty, the code comes to this part. Whatever is on the top of the stack, I just remove it and place it into some variable, and I return it. Okay. But before returning, what I do is, because I have popped off the element from the stack, I just do top minus minus, so that the top can be decremented by 1. Okay, because the element on the top is being popped off. So this is your pop operation. Roughly I have explained, because we want you to try. And push operation we have roughly explained, because we want you to try. Along with that, you have to think of how you should give the display option. Display operation, how do you write? That also you should check. While displaying, what you will check? Whether it is empty, or you will check whether it is full. You just find out. You just see what exactly you will have to do there. Okay.
We have to check it is empty or
Yeah, you program. You try to write a program, you will come to know. Okay. We would have given the program straight away, but then we want you to try it once. Because only if you write, you will become a little comfortable. So this is what I had planned for today with respect to stack. Someone has typed something on the chat. The question is, what is the use of arrow mark? So can you answer what is the use of arrow mark, minus, hyphen, and greater than symbol? So can somebody help your friend? She is asking why we have used this arrow mark. Can somebody tell? We have already discussed this. I only have discussed this last week. Why?
So we
why
have
yeah,
declared it as a pointer, so we are using that arrow marks.
exactly. So to access the members of the structure, we use a period operator, that is dot operator, if this structure variable is normal variable. Okay. If the structure variable is pointer, if this variable is pointer to structure, then we don't use a dot operator. Instead of dot or period operator, we use this special operator, which is arrow mark, okay, which is represented by minus and greater than. Anything else? So you can try the program. You can try to implement stack, and this will be a very basic program, actually, the simplest program maybe for this subject, because we are going to just push some elements, pop some elements, and then display. Next programs which will be will be applications of stack, in which we'll try to convert an expression or evaluate a postfix or expression and so on. So any other question, or if madam wants to add something, otherwise I think we can close for today. So somebody said, what is the book which we have to refer? So there are 2 textbooks mentioned in your syllabus. You can refer both. Somebody says, when will college reopen? So we still don't know. We have to wait for
Books you can come and take from the library.
Yeah, if you are from Belgaum, if you can come to the college, the library is open, college is open, you can come, take books and go. Otherwise also you have internet with you, so you can Google for the concept. You will get the concept on internet. Yeah, that's it from me. Okay, then that's it for the day. Thank you.